What's good, Deluxe family? Welcome back to the channel, man. In this video right here, we got if these 12 moments were not filmed, no one would believe it. Without further ado, let's get straight into it, man.
Hello everyone. Of course, a lot of amazing things happen in life.
What kind of ad is this? How they just pull up this ad out of nowhere, though?
But only some events can be considered truly extraordinary. Today, we will show you examples of incredible luck and absurd situations that seem completely unreal. Luckily, someone was filming them. Let's get it on.
Let's see it. Yo.
Car crash.
Like the video. I'm trying to get this video to like 300,516 likes. Appreciate it.
Crash live. When Alex Savage, a KTVU reporter, was reporting live the story of a train crash in Alameda County, he couldn't imagine that he'd almost become the victim of a car crash. Alex was standing on the side of the highway when suddenly his story was interrupted by a crash. There was no time to think. 1 second later, Alex miraculously escaped from dying under the wheels of a car that swerved off the road. Can you imagine the reaction of the audience? The lucky man owes his life to the cameraman Chip Vaughn. He noticed the car approaching on time and managed to warn the reporter while shooting the video. Just look at these shots again. This daredevil didn't even move. However, Savage turned out to be a great professional too. After recovering from the shock,
Yo, that car driver is whack as hell.
But first, he thanked his colleague. Wisconsin drift. Deputy Jason Fabry from Wisconsin has no one to thank but his amazing intuition. He parked on the side of a highway to help a driver who'd had an accident because the weather conditions on that day were terrible. However, another driver wasn't scared by the weather. He was driving very fast on a road covered with ice, and as a result, he lost control of the car. Jason was returning to his car, and only at the last moment did he notice that someone was repeating the tricks of the movie Tokyo Drift.
What the hell?
Pause, estimated the trajectory of the car, and only then ran away. Clearly the driver was slowing down, but even at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, the impact of a 2-ton car is not very pleasant, don't you think? Cool-headed reporter. The star of this video can easily be considered the most serene person in the world. Despite the snow, wind, and cold, good day for
This is why I hate the snow, man. I really hate the snow and cold.
To tell viewers about the storm that had hit the East Coast. It's not the best way to start the day, right? However, what happened then shows that Steve doesn't care about futile things.
Bro, y'all might as well just walk in these conditions. Why, wouldn't you rather walk instead of walk and push a car?
He approached the edge of the road, on which snow plows were moving at high speed. He was at a safe distance from the road. But, as Steve jokingly said, one of the drivers was probably from a rival TV company. Look at this. It looks as if he deliberately decided to cover Keeley with a pile of snow. This incident scared everyone in the studio.
That's OD.
But the reporter didn't lose his temper. 1 second later, he quietly continued his story. How can a little snowfall stop a real professional? Crossing the railway tracks.
Imagine he plowed him, like, literally.
Look at this confident guy crossing a railway. He must have made sure that the way is free and safe. Yeah, right. This weirdo from Australia didn't have time to check.
Bro, I feel like if there's anything that I ever look both ways 10 times, it's always a railroad track. It's a railroad track. I look back and forth on a railroad track more than I do on a street. Why is he just walking by that thing?
Not only did he not look around, but he even ignored the warning signals. And he wasn't stopped even by the special barrier, which he simply stepped over. He must be trembling now. You can see how the man immediately paid for his recklessness and disappeared under the train wheels. Unbelievably, he didn't suffer the consequences of his irresponsibility. Another camera...
My dude just literally vanished. What the...
managed to capture how he escaped death, but he still couldn't avoid hitting the ground pretty hard. We don't know how many new grey hairs he has on his head, but he will remember this lesson for life. Playing with a tiger. Apparently, this employee of a Chinese zoo didn't like that this man from Australia became famous for almost getting hit by a train, so he decided to do something even more reckless.
What does he want to do? Get bitten by a tiger? Like, what? What do you want to have happen? Like, what do you want to happen within in your life, bro? Like, what do you want? What are you doing right now?
Hit by a train, so he decided to do something even more.
He's literally
reckless.
pulling on its
He
tail.
thought to be an excellent tamer, so he decided to adopt the tiger and live with it like a domestic kitten. Just look at what this madman's doing. He tries to ride on the back of the bloodthirsty predator. He grabs his ears and even pulls his tail. The man was so proud of his bravery that he personally uploaded this video online. However, users didn't like the way that he treated the animal and complained to the zoo management.
Wait, did he say? But did they say that he raised him since birth? Like he wanted to have it as like a cat.
Which launched an investigation. Most likely, the employee lost his job, but he still got off easy.
I don't know what
The man
happened,
should be thankful for the fact that the tiger turned out to be more well-mannered than he was. Leopard attack. Eduardo Serio, a zookeeper from Mexico City, knows exactly how to handle wild animals.
We about to
He
watch
can
an
calmly
attack.
embrace a formidable lion or fearlessly stick his hand in the predator's mouth. But now, you'll see that experts shouldn't put their guard down, even for a second. Eduardo was sitting with his pets and didn't notice that a leopard had turned on its hunting mode. The defenseless and appetizing human was sitting with his back to the leopard. It was the perfect prey. The leopard was ready to attack, but in an unexpected turn of events, a tiger called Aztlan rushed to protect his beloved human. The unsuccessful killer tried to chew on Eduardo's leg, but the caretaker, together with Aztlan, quickly put him in his place. Do you think?
Nah, wait, hold up. I don't think the leopard was about to do that to my man. They all really chilling right now. I don't think the leopard was about to do that.
The leopard isn't really dangerous. The people of India will tell you otherwise. There, a wild cat kept a whole neighborhood in fear, sneaking into houses and attacking passers-by until it was finally put down.
Yo, imagine having a wild cat in your town.
You probably know that soccer is the most popular sport in Brazil, but you probably don't imagine just how important it is. Children, adults, men, women, and even parrots are passionate about it. You've never seen a parrot on a soccer field? Then take a look at this beautiful creature. He flew into the stadium in the middle of a training match of the Brazil women's team and landed right on the head of one of the players.
Bro, what the fuck?
To make some remarks about her technique, but the referee was able to guess what the bird really wanted.
That's
just
OD.
to touch the ball. After the bird was allowed to kick the ball, he allowed the show to go on and slowly left the field.
Wait, so Brazil got parrots flying around as their regular birds? Yo, I need to go to Brazil. Bro, in New York, we got some dirty ass pigeons. I'm not gonna lie to you.
A pole slams through a car. Remember how in the
It's never been easier to switch from summer mode to fall mode with Optimum. Get 300 meg internet.
film Final Destination, a log that fell out of a truck punches
I do
through the
remember this.
windshield. Turns out this happens not only in movies, because it can also occur in
I hate this
Here's
show,
a good
bro.
example. This woman named Ashley Lauderman
That movie.
was driving along a highway in Texas when suddenly she noticed a metal pipe on the road. Then the events unfolded like in a horror movie. The car in front hit the pipe, which flew into the air and ran like a bullet through
Nah,
the
that's
windshield of Ashley's
OD.
car, getting stuck between the dashboard
That's
and
OD.
the passenger seat. Thankfully, the woman was driving alone. We can't imagine what would have happened to that person.
That's OD.
Shark overboard. Many sharks live off the coast of Tasmania, but Sean Vinar and his son James didn't care about that, because they were sailing on a sturdy 6-metre-long boat. What could go wrong, right? However, when they saw the silhouette of a giant shark in the water behind the boat, they felt a little frightened. Just
Hell
look
yeah.
at this monster. It's almost a megalodon. Specialists believe that the length of this specimen is at least 4.5 meters.
That thing
While the
huge.
huge predator was just accompanying the boat, the father and the son weren't too worried. Sean even slowed down to let his son make a video, but apparently the shark didn't like that very much. First it rammed the boat, and then it grabbed its nose, almost biting off the anchor. Now we know that it's better to ask the shark for permission before taking its photo.
Nah. So that's why
Stuntman on a bike.
I don't.
Malik El-Aziz started
Bro, like I don't mess with sharks. I don't mess with none of those stuff. You know what I'm saying? I won't mess with tigers. None of like I'll let them be them. Like they could kill me, bro.
his
Like
motorcycle quite recently, so he tried to be as careful as possible. He could easily break the law or run a red light, but instead he waited with everyone. However, another driver decided that having a Camaro is a good reason not to wait. The GoPro camera on Malik's helmet captured how the sports car crashed into the flow at such a speed that it flipped an SUV like a toy.
oh.
Because of the impact, the motorcyclist also flew into the air and may well have received serious injuries, but apparently he has stuntman's blood in his veins. LZ managed to grab the bottom of the Jeep, travelled a few meters with it, and landed on his feet, only with a couple of scratches. Don't you think that this guy should sign up for a film audition? Uncontrollable.
Bro, what the hell?
Car. Apparently, we always have to be alert. The school bus stopped right next to your house and you only have to walk a few meters. Nope, you still can't relax. On your way, you can easily find a car that's lost control and is about to destroy everything in its way. This is exactly what happened in this case. This girl had already got off the bus and was ready to run home, but the driver noticed a car that appeared on the side of the bus in time and called the street.
Wait, what? Why is there a car driving on a lawn?
Back. Yes, the car passed at a fairly safe distance from the girl, but with its failed brakes, it could have moved in any direction. In addition,
brakes didn't
today
work.
We've seen many examples of how danger arises out of nowhere, so it's better to be overcautious. Bullet hits hat.
The hell kind of car is that when the brakes don't work?
Of course, police officers risk their lives every day, but Sergeant Thomas Dane is one of the few people who literally escaped death by a hair's breadth. The pursuit of 30-year-old Philip Marsh, who stole his white truck, suddenly escalated into a serious confrontation. The armed man ran out of the car with a gun to his head, but then changed his mind and opened random fire on the police. At that moment, Thomas must have thought that his hat had been blown off by the wind, until he felt some pain. Just think about his luck. The bullet punctured the hat, slipped over the sergeant's skull, and flew out from under the hat. He surely was born under a lucky star, right? Hold on a sec.
Bro, what? That criminal was low-key a little... He was like a smart, crazy criminal. He walked out like that, like fooling them. So at this point, you're trying to help him not kill himself when in his mind he's really about to pop off on all of y'all. And the cop, bro, it skimmed his skull. That's OD. That's OD. Yo, if you did watch this point of video though, make sure you do like and subscribe. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one the same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace.